San Diego, where the sun kisses the ocean. Have you ever wondered what it feels like to live in a place where the sun seems to have made a special agreement with the earth? Where the ocean whispers secrets to the cliffs every evening? Welcome to another journey through America's most fascinating places. If you're enjoying these stories about remarkable American cities, please subscribe to Town Tales right now. Your subscription helps us continue sharing these incredible stories and shows your love for San Diego, a city that deserves to be celebrated. Hit that like button and share this video with someone who needs a little sunshine in their life. There's a saying in San Diego that time moves differently here. Maybe it's the gentle lapping of Pacific waves against the shore, or perhaps it's the consistent embrace of perfect weather that makes the days blend into one endless summer. Whatever the reason, San Diego carries a magic that changes everyone who visits, and especially those lucky enough to call it home. Our story begins with the land itself. This wasn't always the sprawling coastal city we know today. Long before European ships appeared on the horizon, the Kumeyaay people thrived here for over 12,000 years. They understood something profound about this place, that where the sweetwater rivers meet the saltwater sea, life flourishes in abundance. The Kumeyaay called this region Kosoy, a place of healing and spiritual power. Even today, if you stand quietly on Point Loma as the sun sets, you might feel what they felt, that unique energy that makes San Diego more than just a destination. The Spanish arrived in 1542 when explorer Juan Rodriguez Cabrillo sailed into what we now call San Diego Bay. Legend says he stood on his ship's deck, looked at the protected harbor and surrounding hills, and declared it the finest port I have ever seen. The Spanish, however, wouldn't establish a permanent settlement until 1769 when Father Junipero Serra founded Mission San Diego de Alcala, the first of California's 21 missions that would forever change the cultural landscape of the West Coast. But San Diego's story isn't just one of colonial conquest. It's a tale of resilience, of cultures meeting and blending, sometimes harmoniously, sometimes tragically. The city passed from Spanish to Mexican hands, and finally to American control following the Mexican-American War in 1848, each era leaving its unique imprint on the city's soul. Did you know that San Diego's weather is so famously perfect that locals joke their meteorologists have the easiest job in America? They say the weather forecast could be recorded once a month. Today, sunny and 72 degrees. Always. This climate isn't just a luxury, it shaped the very character of the city and its people. Take Ocean Beach, a neighborhood that feels frozen in the 1970s, where the summer of love never quite ended. Here, old-time surfers like Jerry, a local legend who's been riding waves since 1969, still paddle out each morning. Some newer residents once claimed they spotted a ghost surfer at dawn, only to discover it was just Jerry, whose deeply tanned skin and sun-bleached hair made him appear almost spectral in the early morning light. Speaking of unusual characters, let me tell you about what happened in 1963 when a San Diego man brought a parrot as a witness to court. Yes, you heard that right. The bird had been trained to repeatedly squawk "he's innocent" throughout the proceedings. The judge laughed, the jury laughed, but still convicted the man. That parrot lived on for years at a local bar, continuing to proclaim innocence to anyone who would listen. San Diego's relationship with its animal residents is extraordinary. Did you know there are more dogs than children in the city? A local survey revealed this surprising fact, along with another quirky detail. Many of these pampered pooches have names inspired by the city's booming craft beer scene. You'll find dogs named IPA, Stout, and Pale Ale running along Dog Beach, where canines have their own exclusive shoreline paradise. Local wisdom says if your dog doesn't bring a ball to Dog Beach, they'll leave socially excluded. The doggy politics are that serious. And speaking of San Diego's famous animal residents, the zoo here is more renowned than many Hollywood celebrities. One giant panda had more Instagram followers than the city's mayor. The San Diego Zoo pioneered the concept of cageless, natural habitat exhibits that revolutionized how we think about animal conservation worldwide. The city's neighborhoods each tell their own distinct story. La Jolla, perched on stunning cliffs overlooking the Pacific, is so famously affluent that locals joke even the homeless ride electric scooters there. While that's an exaggeration, the contrast between La Jolla's manicured perfection and the more bohemian ocean beach just a few miles away speaks to San Diego's wonderful diversity. San Diego's location has shaped its destiny in fascinating ways. Sitting right against the Mexican border, it's so close that locals quip if you sneeze hard in San Isidro, someone in Tijuana will say, "Bless you." This proximity created one of America's most vibrant cross-border cultures, where the food, language, music, and art blend seamlessly across national boundaries. The best fish tacos you'll ever taste exist in this cultural borderland, where Mexican traditions meet California innovation. The city's relationship with the military has defined much of its modern history. The natural deepwater harbor that first impressed Cabrillo made San Diego an ideal naval base. Today, it hosts the largest concentration of naval forces in the world. On any given day, you might see aircraft carriers sliding silently through the bay, their massive forms creating an awe-inspiring contrast against the pleasure boats bobbing nearby. But San Diego's military connection goes deeper than just ships and bases. During World War II, the city transformed overnight. Population exploded as workers flooded in to build warships and aircraft. Families separated by war wrote letters from San Diego to battlefronts across the Pacific. Those letters, some of which are preserved in the city's museums, tell intimate stories of love, loss, and sacrifice that became woven into the city's identity. Transportation has always been key to San Diego's story. Did you know it was home to California's first drive-through restaurant? Today, locals joke that the lines at these establishments have gotten so long that you age 2 years waiting for your hamburger. The infamous traffic on Interstate 5 has its own legends. They say on the worst days, snails could outpace the stopped Teslas. The city's sports history breaks hearts and builds character. When the Chargers football team abandoned San Diego for Los Angeles, locals called it a Mexican telenovela-level betrayal that many still haven't forgiven. Yet the city's passion for sports endures, with the San Diego Wave FC women's soccer team drawing crowds so enthusiastic that their cheers allegedly once confused migrating birds. The stadium, named Snapdragon after a flower, becomes so hot during summer games that fans compare it to playing inside Grandma's oven. San Diego's quirky political history includes a mayor who later became a radio host, claiming he had better ratings telling jokes on air than running City Hall. Another politician once famously promised to end the morning fog in June, a campaign pledge that became an enduring joke about the impossibility of negotiating with Mother Nature and the Pacific Ocean. Did I mention the Great Goat Debate? San Diego once had a heated political argument about whether goats should be allowed at a local school. The controversy became so intense it made the evening news with a headline, "Should the goats stay or go?" For the record, the goats stayed and became the school's beloved mascot. The city's relationship with beer deserves its own chapter. While craft brewing wasn't born in San Diego, it certainly reached celebrity status here. Walk into any local bar and you'll find at least 20 taps featuring concoctions with names like Dragon's Breath Pineapple IPA. The beer culture is so ingrained that visitors are often overwhelmed by locals asking, "What's your hop preference?" as a standard greeting. San Diego embraces its eccentricities. In Point Loma, a surprising number of residents believe in UFOs. Some claim extraterrestrials avoid landing only because they haven't received proper clearance from the Coast Guard. The city's rivalry with Los Angeles runs so deep that supposedly if you praise the LA Dodgers in certain San Diego establishments, you'll be served a burrito without filling, the ultimate local insult. The supernatural has its place in San Diego lore too. Julian, a historic mining town in the county's mountains, boasts a famous ghost ranch. But locals insist the truly frightening thing is the price of the town's legendary apple pies, which nonetheless draw tourists by the thousands each fall. One summer day, panic erupted when a shark appeared in a downtown public fountain. It turned out to be an inflatable toy, but the brief chaos generated enough local news coverage and memes to enter San Diego folklore. The pranksters were never caught, but their stunt is still referenced whenever something unexpected happens downtown. Perhaps nothing captures San Diego's spirit better than its relationship with sunsets. The city is so proud of its daily evening sky show that people actually applaud when the sun disappears into the Pacific. This is an urban legend. Go to Sunset Cliffs any clear evening and witness dozens, sometimes hundreds, of people spontaneously clapping as the last sliver of sun vanishes beneath the horizon. It's a daily celebration of nature's beauty that feels uniquely San Diegan. The city's healthcare system has become world-renowned, with research institutions and hospitals pioneering treatments that save lives globally. Some locals joke that people in San Diego live longer not just because of medical advances, but because even death hesitates to take someone from such a perfect climate. The truth behind the humor is that San Diego consistently ranks among America's healthiest cities. Each neighborhood has its unique charm. Hillcrest proudly flies rainbow flags as one of America's most vibrant LGBTQ+ communities. North Park transformed from a neglected area to a hipster haven where coffee is discussed with the seriousness of fine wine. Barrio Logan's vibrant murals tell stories of Chicano heritage and resistance through art so powerful it stops traffic. Little Italy remembers when tuna fishing defined the city's economy, with festivals celebrating both Italian heritage and the sea that provided livelihoods for generations of immigrants. Even San Diego's architecture tells a story. Balboa Park's Spanish colonial buildings aren't just beautiful. They were constructed for the 1915-16 Panama, California Exposition, designed to celebrate the opening of the Panama Canal and position San Diego as the first American port of call for ships coming north. The exposition's temporary structures were built to last just a year, but San Diegans loved them so much they fought to make them permanent. Today, they house museums, performance spaces, and gardens that form the cultural heart of the city. The Hotel del Coronado stands as a Victorian masterpiece on Coronado Island, its distinctive red turrets visible across the bay. Built in 1888, it was once the largest resort hotel in the world and has hosted presidents, royalty, and celebrities. It's also rumored to be haunted by the ghost of Kate Morgan, a young woman who died mysteriously on the property in 1892. Staff and guests report strange occurrences in her former room, another thread in San Diego's rich tapestry of stories. The city's relationship with water goes beyond beaches and surfing. The severe drought challenges facing California have made San Diegans pioneers in water conservation and desalination technology. The Carlsbad desalination plant, the largest in the Western Hemisphere, now provides about 10% of the county's drinking water by converting Pacific Ocean water, an engineering marvel born of necessity that may provide a model for coastal cities worldwide as climate change intensifies. But perhaps the most profound story of San Diego is how it continues to reinvent itself. From a small Spanish outpost to a military town, to today's hub of biotech innovation, higher education, and cross-border commerce, San Diego refuses to be defined by its past. The city embraces change while honoring its complex history, creating something entirely new with each generation. As the sun sets on our story of San Diego, I hope you felt the warm embrace of this extraordinary place, a city where palm trees sway against impossibly blue skies, where diverse cultures create something greater than the sum of their parts, and where the daily rhythm of life seems synchronized with the tides. If you've enjoyed this journey through San Diego's heart and soul, please support Town Tales by subscribing to our channel right now. Your likes and shares help us continue exploring America's most fascinating places and sharing their stories with the world. Leave a comment telling us what you love about San Diego or which city you'd like us to explore next. For those who've fallen in love with San Diego through this story, our special city guide is available through the QR code on your screen or the link in the description. It contains insider tips, hidden gems, and exclusive discounts for your next visit to America's finest city. As we part ways today, remember that places like San Diego aren't just locations on a map. They're living, breathing communities with stories still being written. Every person who visits adds their own chapter to the ongoing narrative. Perhaps soon you'll add yours. Until our next urban adventure together, This is Town Tales, reminding you that every city has a story worth telling, and every story has a city worth visiting. If you feel pride in America's unique cities, if you're grateful for these stories, and if you want to help build better communities through understanding their histories, please subscribe now, like this video, and share it with others who appreciate the magic of great places. Check out our other videos about Portland, New Orleans, and Boston, each with its own fascinating tale waiting for you. Together, we're building a community that celebrates what makes American cities special. So don't just watch. Join us on this journey by hitting that subscribe button right now.